My name is Dan Thompson, aka Dan Doe, and I'm a visual artist in Kingston, Jamaica. And welcome to the Water Lane Mural project, where Kingston Creative has partnered up with Tourism Enhancement Fund as well as Sherwin Williams and other business entities in downtown and Water Lane, of course, to kind of create a more vibrant part of a neglected city. So the artists who have all come on board to be a part of the whole mural creation have all shared the same ideas and vision of Kingston Creative and the business owners. So this is actually the start of something much bigger. The downtown is constantly evolving and the evolution continues.
We're about to smash. Ubuntu, I am because we are. Do you see yourself in there? So I am you and you are me.
It was a desire to see if I could create a mixed media mural. So I think I accomplished that. So there's many different areas on the mural that have texture and surface. So the map of Africa is plaster. The breadfruit, I use bottle caps as well. In the hibiscus were some bottle caps and tin can bottoms. I've been using Arizona tin cans for a long time, the Arizona iced tea cans. They're always so colorful and beautiful. And I love iced tea, so it's something that I've used for a long time because one day it just dawned on me how colorful and beautiful they are. And it was just a waste to throw them away. So I thought, how could I recycle them? So that's a common material that I tend to recycle or upcycle or repurpose. We're a small island, but yet we have so much beauty. So I chose to put the Jamaica flag in the butterfly. Our Dr. Bird, our hummingbird, our national bird. I used glass and glitter, and just again the magnificence and beauty of that, glass, a reflection of us, something small but yet powerful. The mirror, with a mirror, sometimes you have to stand still to look in the mirror and you get a reflection of who you are. So again, a reminder to look in the mirror and, reflect our greatness. Greatness is our birthright, and anything we put our mind to, we can accomplish, we can achieve.
I want people to see this as a voice in request of protection and maintaining of children's rights and children's well-being. It's almost like a cry for help, which can be seen through the gaze of some of the children, especially the child who is wearing the blue top. I believe the streets and the people downtown, they tell their own stories, both negative and positive. And murals and mural painting has long lived its importance and relevance in depicting and projecting these stories, whether bad or good. My mural depicts children in inner city communities that face challenging circumstances and are at risk of struggling with social issues such as poverty, crime, single parenting, and shrunken ability to make positive choices based on their environment or based on their living condition or their experiences. The zinc fence is used as an iconography to represent the inner city environment. It stemmed from my personal experience as an art educator. Throughout parent-teacher meeting, I also have seen the inability of parents to provide for their child's education. The flowery and lush foreground with the flowers and the grass, it serves almost like a metaphor to represent the blossom and possibilities of growth for the present and the future.
My name is Errol Keane. I'm an illustrator and painter, Jamaican illustrator and painter. The mural itself is titled I Carried This Moment for Years, and it's about sexual coercion and how these incidents that women go through can have long-lasting effects on themselves, on their psyche, and on their future relationships. So it's really about that line that a lot of people tend to cross in relationships, especially when they're young, when they're not exactly too sure about where their boundaries are, or they're not able to express or clearly state that they're not comfortable doing something. I have 4 sisters, and I have a lot of female friends, and I keep realizing a trend in terms of like conversations that I have with some women in my life, as in that they all have similar first experiences. So it seems to be like a trend. They're coerced into doing something that they weren't necessarily ready for. Bringing these stories to the forefront, bringing this topic, this theme to the forefront, will allow people to talk out it more, and then hopefully prevent women in the future from experiencing what they've experienced.
I hope you guys are doing well. Now, this is Shanique Stewart, aka Jam Vinci. Yes, and I'm part of the Water Lane mural project. When this project came about, they chose several artists to, put their fingerprints on the wall. So with this project, I was excited because I'm able to choose something that is personally something that I do and put my own twist on it. Kind of have like a freeway, So the style behind me is called Appropriation. It's basically taking something forcefully. So what I did is use a lot of borrowed images, like Jamaican cartoons and puppets and so forth, and also took something from the international market and pushed it on the wall. What I wanted to do with this is to create something that they are familiar with. So if a Jamaican look on this wall, they can see Jamaican artists there, and also they can see something that they're familiar with. I mean, sometimes there is this controversy about Jamaicans or anyone from the Caribbean like adapting the American style. So we use that, then we spin it and take it and make it our own in a sense. So we take their work, put in the Jamaican patois and make it for them, A little bit of Vinci, I forgot it. The Vinci is Shanique Stewart from St. Vincent, and she designed something and she put it on the wall. The good thing about this is like I take reference from even people who are working with me right now. If I step back and they might make a suggestion, and it works, I'll put it in, right? And that's the kind of environment I love. You learn from people, you pick up little thing and you add this something. I want people to feel like if they're part of it as much as me, So this is Life, aka Life Child. Well, he's a troublemaker. He makes sure everybody sorts out. This is like, you see Papa Bear, he makes sure everybody sorts and make sure we eat, make sure things safe and so forth. And then he throw your hand on the wall and, he make a little paint and do something, All right. This is Shepherd, one of my sons,
Baby
very, yeah. Same set of talent. Maybe he maybe a bit more skilled, but he come from me, so what you can expect. All right. Get them flavor. Yeah, man. So this is another one of my sons, artists. He's like my second hand on the project. Oh, we are the Romario, but I call him Rome. Like I said, it's my son, right? This wire, this boy, is my another son in my head. We're not adapting fully yet, but it's getting there, He gave me enough trouble, but he's very talented. You see them something left on the wall over there, so, right. He do that. This is him. See everybody on the team here? Then no ads.
Hello everyone, I am an artist and my name is Richard Smith. I am the artist for this beautiful mural piece depicting happiness and freedom. This is a portrait of Miss Merlinda Green, a visual arts teacher, a good friend of mine, and she's a very cheerful person. This mural emits that calm feeling that you get from being happy. The colors in the background is to aid in the warmth of the smile and also the coolness of the smile. The reds and the yellow on the right side of the face helps to give off that warmness of a smile, and the cool colors helps to balance off the warm colors, give the feeling of the atmosphere. You see, when you see a person smiling, which shows joy, you cannot help but to smile back at the person, because that person helps basically to give off that earthly greatness, that awesomeness feeling. And once you see that person smiling, like I say, you just can't help but to smile back at that person. You know? And this mural basically helps to enhance the environment and to give off a positive energy and motivation to know that even though times are rough and you're going through a storm, just smile at your storm. The most important thing is to enjoy life and be happy.
Hey, Richard Nattoo here. So, we're downtown at Water Lane behind my mural, Ajif 3. So, the concept of this mural came about when I went on the site visit, you know. There was immediately this magic, this wonder of what this building was like in the past, you know. I wanted to talk about the architecture back in the day. And also, there's this, I realized that this building has been so close to the ocean, but it has never seen the ocean, you know. And there's this peculiar things about buildings is that they don't have legs. So it's so close to the ocean, but then so far away, it will never see the ocean because it's a building, you know. So what I wanted to do with the mural was to really bring the ocean to the building, you know, and bring the building to the ocean, you know, and to really give it a facelift, you know, with all its vernacular, you know, Georgian glory, you know, and so that was what I did, you know. So you see the ocean is basically right at the edge of the building. There are these stingrays just shooting across, almost like they're going in the alley, you know, they're shooting down the alley, and there is this kind of magic with that, you know. And I think the building really has appreciated something like this being done to it, you know. And an interesting thing is that a few weeks after the completion of the mural, a few weeks after the completion of the mural, they found a manta ray in the Kingston Harbor, you know. So that was interesting. I was like, oh look, he's trying to find his friends. They're right here in the building, but you know, I guess they'll be reunited soon enough. So that's it, and I'm happy.
I usually create prints with my work through the use of carving, etching, screen printing, stamping. So for me, this is a very new experience. It allows me to express myself in a different manner and gets me away out of my comfort zone and forces me to challenge myself and showcase what I can do outside of using paper, using a different medium.
It's updated with color now, so you can easily see more of the imagery and what's taking place. Also, we've added in buildings below, so you can get a certain dynamic and perspective as to the angle of which the work is taking place. So you're looking at it from a top-down view, where you'll see the brick roads that are down at the Water Lane Art Walk being used as a racetrack, and you'll have traditional Jamaican toys, not to mention go-karts and hand-carts driving along the road. The colors are basically the same colors that are on the Art Walk road, the brick road. So the red, the blue, the yellow. And I have referenced, I like to use Japanese elements in my work, so I reference Mario go-karts, since it's something that most kids in the 90s and the 2000s should probably come in contact with. Most challenging is probably, I would say, getting everything drawn right in terms of perspectives, angles. Painting hasn't been that hard, but there's still certain things I may not know in terms of blending colors. More so, I'm really happy with how I've managed to scale the artwork to the wall, because originally it wasn't really drawn design-wise specific to the wall.
This piece that I've created is called Broken Pieces. A lot of musicians used to hang out around here too. So this is why. So this piece is for them who pass. I will never forget this mission. So this piece, like I said, is called Broken Pieces, just for them.
From a kid, from a teenager, he's been kind of hanging out. Well, he used to, like I said, he used to come down here by the waterfront, harmonize, get together, and practice their vocal harmony, that kind of thing too. Melodies are in him. I mean, he's very melodic. The whole composition itself, you know, lines, curves, you know, I think, it would probably be my favorite, I would say.
Actually, when I came down here first, you know, when they see this little old man, you know, start sketching out the thing and thing, it's like they didn't really pay me much mind, really, you know, but after they see me sketching out my thing, then I said, whoa, this man is something else. Big up Kingston Creative and the team. Again, yours truly, JJ Juno.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Levey. I'm hair painting with Kingston Creative on Water Lane. So my piece here was kind of inspired by the times, but I wanted to uplift and, you know, encourage a little bit of mask wearing, but also make it memorable so that when, you know, maybe a year might pass and Corona is gone, but we can still remember we got through this time together. So behind me is an artwork of kind of this human figure wearing a bouquet of flowers. The flowers aren't painted in as yet, but I'm going for a really colorful approach. I'm working with some great people down here, Jason and Harrison helping me out. I always love working with Kingston Creative and the team to uplift Kingston and the communities, so this has been fun. Walgood is a Jamaican phrase that I have grown up using. My mother used to say it to all my family members when they came in and out of our house. You know, we always had a lot of family together, and even you know, friends and relatives, she would say it. And it's one of those that I think are universal and is a good blessing, right? It's over anyone. And this is a walking district, so I think it's really relevant. There were a few backups where we changed a bit, like we're playing with what the text would say, where placement would be. So a last minute decision was to put Water Lane in her necklace, which is a nice detail. A little bit of gold, never hurt nobody. I've been really lucky. I love this wall. I love the team, and it's amazing that it came to life. Like, I have barely digested it. But I took a little walk from behind the building behind me, and it pops, and I'm so happy to see it alive.
Here we have a mural in tribute to Toots Hibbert, who passed away last month due to COVID complications. You know, being the legend that Toots is, I thought it suited that we kind of highlight his accomplishments and, you know, just find a way to really show his impact on the culture. And what better way to do that than show the articles that he was featured in. In my practice, I use news articles to kind of like set things in time, because newspaper is very time sensitive. You know, newspaper is printed on a specific date, it has the date on there, and the news that is relevant for that time is printed on there. But I think in this case it's great to have the newspapers that he's featured in, the articles that he's featured in, for sake of highlighting how timeless of a man he was, or still is, you know. And it's just a very short and very small, you know, example to show how great an impact he has made on Jamaica and the world in general. I've always been a big fan of like roots reggae, and I think it's very important as an indigenous music and a sound to be informed about that and that kind of thing. Well, one of the things that I found was that he, I don't know if it loosely coined the term reggae, which is kind of crazy. Big up Kingston Creative, really appreciate the opportunity. You know, it's always great when I'm able to, you know, share some art with the people. You know, Swiss stores, give thanks for trusting me with your wall. You know, my assistants and fellow artists, David Francis, Jason Gass, Annalisa Guthrie, and Jamie Grandison. And yeah, big up Toots. You know, give thanks to the legend.
So definitely it's worth to come down here,
visit the hub, visit the restaurant, visit the lane and see what's happening. And you can take your pictures, your selfies. There's a lot of murals for amazing pictures to take. It's an experience to walk actually here, and all this is happening downtown. And I love it, and I hope I can see you here soon and get your own experience.
Exactly 2 years ago, in November 2018, Mayor Williams declared that the KSANC would pave sections of streets of downtown Kingston as a part of the development of an art district by Kingston Creative. Well, exactly 2 years later, we're standing on those paved streets, and we want to thank Mayor Williams for his commitment and sticking to his commitment. Minister Terralong was in that same room and also gave the commitment on behalf of the Ministry of Culture on that day to grow and develop the creative industries in Jamaica, and Minister Grage had certainly stepped up to that task as well. So thank you for a great vision and a commitment by our leaders. There's no idea without sponsorship and funding. The Tourism Enhancement Fund and Sherwin Williams put together and allocated funds towards Water Lane Art Walls project. A selection process out of over 60 applications selected 10 of our artists from Jamaica. They created lovely experiences on huge building facades and walls in a way that Jamaica hasn't seen before. We want to big up our talent, many of them educated at Edna Manley, still students, graduated from Edna Manley already and are on their own. A project of this magnitude has to be managed well, and that was done by our project manager, Karen Hutchinson, who did a fantastic job being extremely organized and structured and to the detail. She worked with Gina Lindo and Dan Thompson, both of them artists themselves, who gave the project an artist-led component and assisted us and guided us into the right direction. Right here on Water Lane, the artists and the painters got lunch every day, served from Nadine's bar, who just cooks excellent food, and they all enjoyed that sort of support.